Hello everybody, I'm Hannah Hager, the Content Director at IQPC, and we're here at the 15th Annual Call Center Week in Las Vegas. And today I'm joined by Jeremy Booth, who is the Associate Vice President of Cambridge Investment Research. Welcome.
Thank you.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about what Cambridge does and the size of your company?
Sure. Cambridge is an independent broker-dealer, so financial services that's the industry we're in. We are consistently in the top 10 of all independent broker-dealers. We have 2,600 advisors around the country, and those are our clients. Our call center has 40 agents, taking about 150,000 calls a year, and increasing. Our growth is pretty substantial. We're likely to do about $600 million in revenue this year, and probably $1 billion within a few years.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great growth.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you a little bit about performance today, performance of the agents, performance of the entire center.
Sure.
So let's dive right in. In your opinion, what are the top 5 most important metrics that you're looking at for this year in 2015?
Yeah, great question. I think I'm spending a lot of energy on lead measures. Traditionally, call centers focus on lagging measures, things like agent availability, things like average speed to answer, call length, those kind of things, and things that where the service has already happened. I want to spend a lot more time on lead measures, so making sure our training is effective, hiring practices are in line with what we need, those type of things that will have a direct impact on those lagging measures.
Perfect, thanks. So let's talk a little bit about the CSAT scores. Where, in your opinion, do you think that organizations struggle with this the most? And could you explain maybe some of the correlations between a CSAT score and training procedures and satisfaction of customers?
Yeah, actually, we're of the mindset that if you focus on and you're proactive in your service, your upfront service, and whether it's operations or the service that's built out, not only ahead of the call center, and we don't give our advisors a reason to call us for anything that's not informational. We cut out the issues. That our satisfaction scores will follow right along with that. I think companies, it's important, the satisfaction scores are important, they're important metrics, but we can't focus so much energy on that. We need to focus more energy on the proactive.
Can you provide an example maybe of how Cambridge wasn't at one point proactive and it was able to become proactive, or would you say that that's always been a baseline procedure of yours?
I think for the most part it's been a pretty baseline procedure, but in the recent, we've put a lot of time and money in training. We know it's important. We have an entirely separate training group called the Knowledge Center that has 6 or 8 employees that is their sole purpose, is to make sure Cambridge employees have the training that they need.
Oh, great. So what are the main challenges faced by a customer service center that's trying to reach peak performance? And maybe if it was struggling to retain customers or increase customer satisfaction, what sort of tips would you provide for them, and also to become more profitable, which is an issue for some call centers?
That's a great question. I'm going to take a little bit different route here and talk about the whirlwind, which is actually out of a book, the 4 Disciplines of Execution that I recently read. We get bogged down in the whirlwind of our day-to-day, and we aren't focusing enough time on the wildly important goals that are out there for us. Too many times I think we walk away at the end of the week just exhausted and know that we've worked our butts off, but don't really know what we accomplished. If we can really focus in the energy on those wildly important goals and the proactive measures, we're going to see some big changes.
Perfect, thank you. And finally, what does the future of call center performance look like to you?
Great question. Again, I'm going to continue to go back to those proactive measures. I know it sounds like I'm a little bit of a broken record there, but I can't tell you how important I think it is to focus on what's going to happen instead of what's already happened. Mm-hmm. The lagging measures are great because we do get trending analysis from them and we do need them. But again, we need to be able to focus on predictable, influenceable outcomes.
I know in your session you were talking about equating it to weight loss. Is that something that you could elaborate on a little bit?
Yeah, it's a very simple concept that I think most of us can probably relate to, but if I stand on the scale every day, am I going to lose weight?
No.
No. It's going to tell me, I'm either going to go up or I'm going to go down or I'm going to stay the same. I'm still looking at it every day. It's something that's already happened. But if I know that my caloric intake and what I burn in calories are directly related, and those are the influenceable things that I have going on in my life, and I can burn more calories than I can take in, I don't have to check the scale every day. I can do it once a week or once every 2 weeks, and I will see progress if I stick with the plan. So, which is the hard part.
Right. So instead of focusing more on the numbers and the metrics, you should take a holistic view and see, is this strategy aligned with the end business goal and not just the numbers that we're seeing.
Absolutely. I can tell you, our organization, or at least in our call center, I have one person that's dedicated to pulling these lagging metrics and has been for the last couple of years. I'm at a point where I'm refocusing the energy that person is taking in. And, why are we pulling this stuff every day? We're pulling it every day so that we can take a look at it and go, oh, yep, okay, that happened. Mm-hmm. But if we focus the energy ahead of what's already happened, we're not as concerned about those lagging measures.
Couldn't agree more. Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us today, Jeremy.
Okay, thanks, Anna.